Well, here's a little bit of progress made on my Python enclosure. I was laid off for over a year, so I had to put it on the back burner, but now I'm getting back to the nitty and gritty here. Anyways, 6 by 6 by 5 is the dimensions, 6 feet by 6 feet by 5 feet. I got a couple of intake vents here on the front that I believe they're about six inches round. One of them's off there, running my extension cords through the front there so I can work on the door without having cords in my door. And when I'm all done, I'm going to put paneling on it to finish it and finish this wall in the same paneling with a little bit of molding there between. It'll look like it's built right in. So onward to the enclosure itself. There is the door, all hinged and mounted with the artificial rock. It's not really nothing too fancy. It's just the door, just as a blend in with everything else. I really did my extravagant work on the rock inside the enclosure. Started with a 2x4 plywood box, and like I say, made out of 2x4s and plywood. It's half-inch plywood on the outside and the top. The bottom's 5/8, and it's got cross studs in it both ways for support. The water basin is it's a Rubbermaid tote right now. You could use something else, but they're easy to get, and they, from what I'm told, they're food safe, so you can use them. The front of this comes off here, the front of this door, so you can slide that whole tote out of there, and you can wash it up with bleach or whatever have you every week. Keep it clean. The floor's got a pond liner in it, so it goes 6 inches up the wall all the way around. It ends up behind that rock, so it's totally sealed. The floor for the substrate gets nice and moist. You don't have to worry about the enclosure rotting. Why I have the branch in here right now. I got more branches too, because I have to make the little wooden mounts for them to keep them in place so that they don't ever fall over. And I want to do that before I paint. So I'm getting my branches in here today just to figure out where I'm going to put my mounts so that I can have everything ready. And then when I get it painted, all I have to do is put the branches in, and that's it. I'm done. There's a lot more than that though. There's this radiant heat panel. It's a pro radiant heat panel. I highly recommend one for anybody who isn't familiar with them. The radiant, they heat everything in here, and then it heats the cage. So this is not heating the cage. It heats up everything in this cage, and everything in this cage becomes a heater. Everything you touch is warm, but this won't be as warm as that, and this will be warmer than that, and so forth. It ends up giving the snakes some excellent temperature gradient, and they can really regulate their systems well. So basically, let me get a flashlight here because you're not going to be able to see what I'm about to show you. If you come out of the water basin and you go through this hole around the front, you can see it better. There's a hole there. You see the hole there? That hole goes down into this box. And what is in this box? Well, nothing right now, but it's a Sterilite. One of those drawers. You usually come in 3 or 4s or 5s. Nice, easy to wash out. Will handle all kinds of dampness. You can line that with some moss or whatever. Makes a great shedding box. It makes a great nesting box. It also makes a good hide box. If just wants to get away in there, they can do that too. Pulls out for cleaning. This rocky bench type cliff looking thing here, which is about 4 feet long. Oh no, it ain't even that. It's about 3 feet long. That's all covered with mortar too. Nice and hard. That can be used to bask on or crawl through or whatever have you. It's a good little addition to the cage. It can be pulled out. It's just sitting there, but it's heavy enough with all the mortar that it doesn't move. So that can be pulled out to clean. Like I said, it does look like it would be a nightmare to clean, but it's really not that bad. If not in the box down here, snakes can crawl up on this ledge way up here. There's like a ledge. They can get in there. And I can reach in here to clean all this very easily. That is the color I'm going with on the rock. It's like a tanny gray. But I started painting the other day and the fumes got so bad in here that I said, okay, that's enough. It is a non-toxic paint. when it dries. Now, I know what everybody's thinking. I always thought stay away from oil base because, it's going to be toxic. Got to go with latex. But this stuff here is made for koi ponds, fish ponds. You can paint a fish pond with this, pour water in it, and put fish in it. So this stuff is actually food safe when it dries, but it really stinks when you put it on. So that's the only drawback. So I gotta wait till a nice day. Whoop, there goes my light. To finish painting. And once I finish painting, then I can mount my branches, mount all my greenery, put my substrate in. Oh, and I gotta put a thermostat. I gotta wire a thermostat in with this. But once that's done, it's done. So it's about 90% of the way there, maybe 80%. It's getting there. More progress on another date, I guess, when I get it finished.